What's up, ladies and gents? It is Dave with the Cream, and today we are talking about what I feel is kind of a hot topic. And sometimes when we talk about tenants and landlords and tenant relationships, some people get a little bit hot under the collar. But I'm here to let you know um, we got to protect ourselves as real estate investors. First and foremost, I mean, we cannot be letting people into our homes who have ill intentions, right? I'm sorry, there's good people and bad people. There's a bad apple in every single bunch. The vast majority of people who rent properties from us and rent our properties are amazing people. And we have a wonderful relationship with them. We provide quality housing. We really, put a lot of energy and effort into the construction and the remodel of our properties because we want to provide safe and affordable housing. This is how we operate. But unfortunately, there's a couple bad apples in the bunch on both sides. We all know stories about being a slumlord or something like that, just these crappy landlords who don't want to fix anything, and that is not us, but I know that exists. On the other side of the coin, there are some bad tenants out there. And in this video, we're just going to talk a little bit about some moves that you could make to help circumvent essentially getting screwed over. Because we ran into a situation today that I want to talk about. Before I get into that, if you're interested in joining a free real estate group full of investors, over 1,200 investors sharing resources, big networking opportunities, check out the link below, freecreamgroup.com. And we would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to the channel so we can kind of get encouraged to keep doing this. We are sharing real life stories of real estate investors. We do this every single day. We own and operate a real estate investment company, and we're here to provide as much value as we possibly can. So with that being said, a couple bad apples in every single bunch. How do we prevent, some of these bad apples on the tenant side from moving in our properties? And first off, let's just define what this looks like. There's people out there who are essentially, trashing places. They're dealing drugs out of these places, and they have numerous evictions on their records. They got judgments. Maybe they're running from the law. This is serious business here, everybody. People trying to hide out in our houses and stuff like that. So, what they will do is basically apply using maybe their children's names who have a clean record, or maybe they will kind of use a friend or something like that and try to sneak into these deals. And, basically they don't want to use their own name because they got a lot of bad marks on their, on their history, on their rental history, and a lot of times legal stuff going on and whatnot. So, what we need to do as real estate investors, as the owner of a property, before letting somebody just move in. Number one quick way to prevent kind of some bad apples from applying is charge an application fee. That right there is gonna kind of weed some people out. People are not really wanting to pay $25 or $35 if they know you are doing your due diligence as the property owner, and you're probably going to find some bad marks and whatnot. They don't want to just waste that money. So I think it's a good idea to charge an application fee. At the same time, if you get a qualified resident who pays the application fee and everything looks good, but you just decided to go with a different application for whatever reason, right? Maybe they submitted their application a little bit sooner. We'll pay that application fee back to the person. We're not here to just try to keep somebody's money. I mean, they had every good intention here of applying, and they were qualified. They looked great, but maybe a different application, maybe a different one of our leasing agents found somebody. That's not their fault, right? They went through the process, they filled out the application, they paid the money and everything. Pay them their money back if those reasons happen and they just don't get the property. But it is going to help weed out some people by charging them, make them jump through a hoop here. Let them know that you're going to be doing a background search. That's very important. We are not super concerned when it comes to somebody's credit score. Bad things happen to good people. I've had a 500 credit score before, everybody. I am not perfect. I come to you with a good credit score now, but it has taken years to build it back up because I'm a real estate guy. I've had loans go bad. I've went bankrupt. In 2007, part of my story, I started real estate in 2005. I went through the great financial crisis. I had so many loans in my name and they all imploded. I had to file bankruptcy just to, save myself. I mean, I had so much bad stuff going on. Bad things happen to good people. I don't care about somebody's credit score as much as I care about previous felonies and evictions, right? Previous judgments. I mean, if somebody has legal stuff going on, that's a huge red flag. And then also the income. They got to be able to prove their income. I mean, it sounds rudimentary. It sounds like common sense, but common sense is not always common practice, okay? So definitely pay attention more so to, judgments, evictions, and income rather than credit score. Because good people have bad credit. I know this for a fact. It's not that big a deal. Here's the big thing, though, everybody. So make them charge an application fee. Look for prior evictions and judgments and violent crimes and stuff like that. You got to take the extra step. Look at go through the county, and that's where you're going to look for previous landlords of this person. There is a rental registration program within the county that we operate. Look for the same type of program within your county and see if you can actually get in touch with their previous landlord. This is the name of the game. We got a text. RJ got a text today. My business partner, RJ Pepino, got a text today from a previous landlord. Is like, hey, do you own the property over here? Hey, I got some information. I got some dirt on that resident. They lied to you. They lied to you. They put their kids' information on this application that you applied and you approved them. These are bad apples here, everybody. They got a ton of legal thing. They're running from the law. And if we would have taken this extra step and contacted this previous landlord prior to letting these people move in, we could have circumvented this issue, because now we got felons living in one of our properties because they played us because we didn't take that extra step. So take the extra step, find the previous landlord and have a conversation with them. And if the previous landlord just didn't get along with the person, who cares? It doesn't matter, right? There's two sides to every story. But you could also find information where this person is blatantly lying on applications to get in here because they are running from the law. We could have prevented this by having this conversation with the previous landlord. I highly encourage you to look into the rental registration program of your county and get in touch with previous landlords before moving anyone into your properties. And then when you are going through this application process, charge an application fee, look for previous judgments, current judgments, legal trouble. Don't worry so much about credit, but definitely pay attention to the income, verified income. Don't let somebody just tell you what they make. They got to have some pay stubs. They got to have proof of employment. And you want to make that call as well to really make sure somebody works there, because you don't want to set somebody else up to fail. And ultimately, you don't want to set yourself up to fail too. It's got to be a mutually beneficial relationship is what we're trying to create with all of our rental properties. And it's up to us to provide good, safe, quality, affordable housing. It's up to them to tell the truth. Sometimes we got to catch people in the act if they're not telling the truth. So with that being said, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.